political parties have always been quite active. And what I find about them all, every single political entity you can imagine, is that they're all top down, and that the people on the ground never get to speak, and that the decisions that are made up there are so in the opposite of common sense that we have to sometimes ask what the fuck is going on. In the Irish Republic, for instance, we have almost 4% of the world's natural resources around our coast, and at the moment we are having our services destroyed. That's actually trillions of dollars of gas around our coast. The Northern Ireland is in a similar situation. All your politicians will tell you, oh, our money comes from central government. We can't do anything about it. And yet every one of the political parties in Northern Ireland came from movements of resistance or response to things. And yet we're not even comfortable with our limousines and our houses. We can't do anything about it. And they can resist. Of course they can resist. So we come up here today to support the Occupy movement that's in Belfast that many people don't know about. So there you see you're going to have the services and their income. Your hospitals are in cuts. Let me tell you, your political parties before the economic downturn were cutting transfers for special needs kids. Before there was an economic crash. That's the nature of the people up there. So the Occupy movement is about telling you and you and you and everybody here that they're not stupid. You may not be able to speak the fancy language of economics, but clearly their theories don't work. Look where we are. If you had said to all you guys, will we get all the gas in Ireland and give it away for free to a private company, or will we, the people of Ireland, actually benefit from it? I think you guys would have made the perfect decision. Let the people of Ireland, how did they decide to give it away? That's what we're up against. That's why I'm here. Because I have complete faith that every one of us is as intelligent as any of them. And I'm nearly a doctor. I should know. I talk to them all the time. And when I actually listen and I question them, half these academics haven't got a clue what they're talking about. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to hopefully see people become empowered and realise that you guys can make decisions. Anybody else?
Yeah!
Okay, well, I joined Occupy because I have all of my life watched political parties fighting amongst themselves. And I thought, what's the fucking point? Can we not all see the big picture of what's wrong? And at the moment what's wrong is that we're borrowing trillions and trillions of euros, dollars, however much money, whatever currency you want to call it. We're borrowing this in order to bail out failed banks and to pay corrupt politicians. And what I loved about Occupy was that it talked about stepping outside of those party divisions. And divisions like borders and colours and race and religion. And it's about stepping outside of those borders and bringing people together to say, actually, we're all facing the one fucking monster here. You know, and I don't know how we're going to bring them down yet, but we have to find a way to take control of our democracy back. And we have to find a way to stop this fucking monster that is devastating both our societies and our environment. Like and our economy. Finding a way. We would still be, some people say we are still slaves, but we would still be slaves without anything on our individual things. Every century, it has to be done. Every century, the greedy get greedier and start to take over more, and people start fighting back. And they start fighting back on the streets doing what we are doing today. In the 1910s, 20s and 30s, they fought back. They had occupations all over the United States. And from that, the American government changed its whole policy and started to invest with the New Deal and a Bill of Rights for people. Only because people come out here. You should all be working for nothing. Under things, literally. If it wasn't for the fact that in the 1700s and the 1800s and the 1900s, unions, people came out and made fools of themselves on the streets. Like some people might think we are doing here today. Getting people to talk to each other. So there are solutions, and they've been proven to work again and again in history. You won't see it in your history books, but it happened and it's starting to happen again. So the sooner you guys all start getting involved, the sooner we can start clearing this mess up. Because there's a bigger problem that nobody's talking about. Our species is under threat from environmental issues, serious environmental issues. And all we do is nitpick about economy. Let's sort out the economy now, that it's an equal and sociable economy, so that we can solve the real problems that are out there. And those solutions are going to come from us. They've come before and they have to come again. That's my solution.
I'm here today because I'm fed up with shit some of you hear about it's me owed money. I didn't borrow 40 million trillion debt. I certainly don't have that in my house. I have to go to work every day, and every time I come home they tell me I have to pay more money for the fuel. It's interesting to see today a ballot out to see my people will die for the fuel prices going up. And one of the things today in the newspaper was because it's such a mild winter, they can now miraculously afford to provide fuel cheaper. Why now? Because they haven't made a profit. They prefer to let people die over profit. That's what we have to make a stand now. Make a stand for your kids now. Make a stand for your grandkids. I certainly do not want to be a slave. And that's why we have to make a stand now.
Come down with this remark. How do you do, guys? Any thoughts on this whatsoever? I know you just come across it, you don't know what's going on. Can I ask, did you never hear about cuts before? Government cuts or any business like that?
Yeah, I see the poster one time.
Media blackout. They're not telling you this on the telly. You know, they don't highlight any of this on the Irish Republic at the moment. If you need a hospital, if you're in serious trouble. And it's only when you need something you find out. You know? Is there anybody else